I'm Robert Seabrook III, or Robbie Seabrook III, one of the associate editors here at Double XL. In just a moment, we will have BabyTron. By now, you've probably heard of him. You know, Michigan rap, is through the roof right now. But he's definitely one of the bigger names in it. And one of the younger names in it, too. He's making a lot of noise. He has a style that's all his own. And, just at the end of the day, he's hilarious and he's just good at the rap. So we had to have him. It was perfect, to have him here for the first episode of, Double XL's The Break Live. And, thank you everybody for pulling up. I appreciate it. Let's get him in here. All right. Invite coming. Well, invite. Oh, that was
What's
fast.
the deal, bro?
What's good, man?
You good?
Yes, for sure, for sure. Thank you for coming, man.
Yeah, appreciate you for having me, bro.
Absolutely. All right, so pretty much, you're our first guest for the Break Live, which we just gonna get your background, see what you've been up to, how you got to this point, all that good stuff. Pretty much everything everybody wants to know. So I mean, we start simple. Who did you grow up listening to?
I grew up listening to a lot of shit, bro. Like mainly Detroit rap though. Like when I was younger, Doughboys Cash Out, Team Eastside, and then it really transitioned into like band gang for real when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Detroit rap. But I listen to a lot of classics too, Jay-Z, Kanye, all that shit.
Right. So okay, so from there, how did you get into music? How did you start rapping?
Shit, me and my mans, the Shitty Boys, TRD and Stan Will. Stan Will had a studio in his closet at the crib in high school. So back in high school after school and shit, we used to just be there working.
Mm-hmm.
Since I was like 17, probably.
Right. So kind of how did it come to you to like, all right, we're gonna form the Shitty Boys, we're gonna team up? Was it just like a random thing where you're like, let's just give rap a try, or were like you always interested?
It kind of was random for real, bro. Cause we used to all play sports and shit, bro. And then it just got to a point where it was like, sports wasn't it no more. So
Mm-hmm.
make money and rap. So we had a lot of chemistry, bro. We best friends. So it just all made sense at the time. It was some fun to do.
So did you feel like kind of all three of y'all got better at rap like together because you kind of grew with each other?
Yeah, definitely. We definitely evolved for sure. Got better.
When did you feel like confident in kind of like your abilities like as a rapper where you were like, yo, I'm good at this. I can really do this.
Really, I always felt like that a little bit, bro. Like even before I was showing music videos and dropping them, like I have some unreleased music and send it to my mans, and not everybody banging that shit, everybody listening to that shit, talking about that shit hard. So I always felt confident, bro. But especially when I started dropping music videos, of course.
Oh, what was your first video?
Game Breaker, Shitty Boys. Shot it with Rich Town Magazine. Shout out Rich Town. That was our first video, me and Stan. Shitty Boys, Game Breaker.
Oh, what was like so it's kind of two questions in one. Like, what was like the first song for the Shitty Boys where you felt like, all right, we're starting to move? And then what was the solo song for you
The
where you were
first
like,
one.
I'm going? Oh,
The first one, that Game Breaker. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, it was fucking people up. Like, damn, bro, who is this white boy talking this crazy type shit? Especially where I'm from, bro. So it was just fucking people up, bro. We had surprised people, bro.
right.
Come on, guys, say. And then that was the Game Breaker. And then my very first solo song was Cheat Code. I feel like I had a little bit of buzz off that too. Not too big, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I always been making noise since I started dropping for real.
Where does Jesus Shuttlesworth land kind of in like your discography and important songs in your career?
A lot of people say that's the GOAT BabyTron song. Like that's the top one. But like me, I don't think that, but I think at the time, like when that dropped, bro, that shit was just different, bro. So like it'll always hit people a certain way. Like when I dropped that shit, it was just different, bro. Like that was the one at the time for sure. That was like kind of like it went from one level to a bigger level off that song for sure.
Right.
Shout out Hellable. That was the first
Right.
song I ever made with Hellable.
Right.
And he's right, and he's super important to Michigan rap and kind of the
Huge figure
what's
for
happening,
sure.
right? Um, so and it's like kind of speaking about Michigan rap just in general. I want to say I recently I was like the last 3 4 years, but it's been longer than that. Like kind of y'all have really like taken over, and there's so many of y'all, and everybody's so different and so unique. Kind of why
Yeah,
do you
everybody
think
got their own little sound, bro.
right? Why do you think it's happening like now as opposed to like in the past?
I don't know, bro. Maybe just social media evolving, bro. Like shit, I don't know, bro. People finally tapped in. I don't know what that shit was, bro.
Right. Um, have people compared you to anyone else?
No, not really, bro. Because I try to stand out. I try to be myself. When I
Hmm.
started rapping, like that was the whole point, to try not to sound like nobody else. So not really.
Right. Right. And I think too, I'm a fan of your shit myself, and I think like out
Appreciate
the gate, even for me, like just like first I listened to you, like there wasn't anybody else who was kind of like you at all. It was just like like
it.
that's
Yeah,
what made you stick out. It was just you.
exactly. Like it's the retro beats and shit. The '80s freestyle beats. We
Right.
always them ones over like the classic Detroit sound or the regular Detroit sound or Michigan sound, because that's how we wanted to stand out. That was our
Right.
bad. Found our pocket on it. And took it.
And I read an interview where you said something to the effect of like you grew up around that kind of stuff and it was just like normal because it would just play it along with everything else that was out. Like no, in Michigan, y'all all listen to that. It's just what you hear everywhere.
Exactly, bro. You just hear that shit.
Right. So you have had a lot of projects kind of in a short amount of time. Also, too, which also goes along with kind of how fast you were getting hotter and hotter. Um, what's your recording process like? Because you have so many songs already,
Bro,
and like, go ahead.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I'm either locked in with my man's Mark, he an engineer at the hip hop lab. So, he just punching me in. I'm going line by line. I don't write nothing down, bro. But really a lot of the time, bro, I'm punching myself in. Like I'm recording my
Mhm.
line at a time. It's just all off top, bro. Like I ain't writing nothing down. I'm just rapping, bro.
So you said you record yourself, but you also said that you're punching in each line.
Yeah, I be punching in line by line.
Did you ever write, or you always like that?
I used to write. Whole song. But then I just got so comfortable rapping and rhyme schemes and shit. I just started punching in. It got too easy.
Right. Um. So also kind of piggybacking off of that, why do you feel like it's important for you to always have like new music out? Because I know like a lot of newer artists, like they don't drop as often, but you're definitely not one of those people. Like there's always something.
You gotta keep your fans happy, bro. That's how I keep my fans happy, at least from what I know. Like they love new music, so I'm in the studio every day, bro. So there's no point to not drop new music. Like
Right.
just
Um,
fans happy.
is that also kind of why like you have a lot of songs like per project? Like you always, because like you're breaking like 20, 22 songs regularly, except for a couple exceptions.
Cause I be having like 50, 60 droppable songs, bro. I gotta drop. I don't want to drop too many,
Hmm.
but I kind of came with like a formula for me, like 20, 25 songs. That's gonna work for me every time. Like that's what they want. They want that many songs.
Right. So before you were talking about the song that I brought up earlier, where you said that people feel like that's the GOAT BabyTron song. But in your opinion, what do you feel are like your biggest songs or the songs that are most important to your career?
Uh, Jesus Shuttlesworth is one of them for sure. Gang,
Hmm.
that was that was me literally opening up to the world. Like that was my first video. Like shit, this is me.
Hmm.
Them two, Cheat Code. That was a 2 beat song I had dropped. That was my first solo video I had dropped. It was 2 beats.
Hmm.
Um, really, them three, bro. The old ones, like, what hit like made me, bro. You know,
Right. I know you have have a 4-beat song now. Like, kind of, how did you? I know that you said that it happened because you liked all the beats, but kind of, how did you get into I'm gonna keep making songs with the beat switches and keep like working with that? Because it's not easy.
The fans be loving that shit, bro. Like, their reaction to them songs just be keeps me going, keeps me changing up. Like 2 beats fucked them up, so now 4 beats. They wasn't ready for 4 beats. They didn't know that was coming.
Right.
I didn't do it right after though. I had dropped that song a few years ago, so
Right.
and then when it was time, I felt like, yeah, now I'm about to double that.
Right.
Yeah.
So with Ben Reaper 2, Ben Reaper 2 has been doing really well. As somebody who was listening to you before that, I know with Ben Reaper 2, I was kind of seeing it everywhere. Like, it was getting a lot of promotion, a lot of sites were picking it up and stuff like that. And then in the same breath, if you like look on Spotify, pretty much like you got like 10 songs that are like doing well at the same time off of the project. Kind of, what do you think is different like now, I guess, about your music or you, where everything is like working for you at the same time now?
I think it was just the hustle and the grind, bro. Like 3 years of just nonstop dropping. Like, it finally caught up. People finally caught on, a bigger crowd. Like, I go viral damn near every day on Twitter now, bro.
Right. No,
I
it's
didn't
true.
use Twitter at all. But I started going viral on Twitter so much, I had to start using Twitter and shit. So I use Twitter. It could be all types of shit, bro.
How did you kind of stay focused though? Like, because you said 3 years straight dropping, knowing that you needed to have your moment and that it was coming. But kind of, how did you kind of stay focused and stay motivated through all of that?
Cause it was always going up, bro. Like, it was even when it wasn't necessarily like every video would increase views, bro. I always had a fan base that supported me and kept me going. So them fans and shit, bro, just the support, bro.
Right.
Bro. I
So
could
you were talking. Sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
I just say I couldn't give up. I felt like I couldn't give up. I was too
Right.
in it.
Right. You were talking about sports earlier, and I wanted to ask about that. Like, like you get like the craziest sports references, and like you reference stuff that's like so way before your time. Like, how are you like picking up on stuff from like the '80s? Like, how are you like? How do you like fit that into the music?
Shit, it's just shit I be knowing, bro. In the back of my head. I don't know how I do it. I don't know how I remember. I don't know where I seen it, but memory like photograph. So
Right.
I just be remembering like some shit a normal person wouldn't remember, or like wouldn't rap about. Like,
Right.
I'm gonna rap about fucking, the most rant Edmund Sumner.
Right.
Edmund Sumner, like,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Like, I'll sit there and I'll be like, and I'll hear like basketball player you bring up. I'll be like, how? What? Like, why would he? Like, why do he remember that?
Bob Lanier. Like,
Right.
you supposed to know who Bob Lanier is, regardless, bro. He played for the Pistons.
Right. Exactly. No, that's real. So that also kind of fits into how are you coming up with the names like Sleeve Nash or Luka Trončić? Like, how, like, it's really clever, but how do you come up with it?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Sleeve Nash, Luka Trončić, most of them nicknames, bro. I've been calling myself them nicknames since high school, bro.
Oh, so you were ready.
I've been thought of these names.
Somebody in the comments asked, they said, ask him about his next album. So what do you have coming up?
I'm dropping in February.
Okay. Wow, that's way sooner than I thought.
I'm dropping.
Okay. Well, I hope that, did I just answer the fans' question? I'm sure they're happy now. So you were on the news. You were on Fox 2.
Oh,
and
yeah. Right.
Of course, I'm away in New York, so I didn't see it live, but I saw it get clipped and it went viral. What'd you say?
Was it on Twitter?
Yeah, it was on Twitter. The whole thing was on Twitter.
Yeah.
So how did that even happen, where they reached out to you and want to interview you about music and your career?
I got to shout out Lando in the Hip Hop Lab, because that's my manager. He be setting the play. So I was at the studio one day. He was like, yeah, the news pulling up in 30 minutes to interview. All right. Yeah. We did it. They pulled up. We did the interview.
Right. No, and it went really well too. I think what's like powerful about that news interview is, well, besides the fact that it's on TV, and people weren't already familiar with you. Now they know who you are, and all they were doing was watching the news. Like they find out all about your story and kind of what you're doing locally.
Yeah, definitely. Like my granny had seen it, and I hadn't even told her I was on the news yet, and she had just told me before I could even tell her. Like news, like yeah, people really watch the news for sure, bro.
Yeah, no, that's hard. Another thing I want to talk about was the when you did the cave, which people were even when they just dropped the picture before it came out, people were very hyped for you to be on the cave, and then you get on there, and then the freestyle goes viral pretty much immediately when it comes out. Um, like, what was that experience like? Working in there with Kenny, and then also kind of the reaction to the freestyle when it came out.
That shit was cool as hell, bro. That shit was an experience for sure. Like he treated us like it was home out there in LA.
Right,
Good vibes. He made the beat so quick, bro.
right,
Yeah, he he'd go. Hey, on my thing too.
right, right. Yeah, shout out to Kenny, absolutely. So with kind of your rise in popularity as of recently, probably like really like the last 2 years is kind of when I feel like everybody was kind of figuring out who you are, like all over the U.S. and stuff like that. Um, how do you like adjust to that, where more people know who you are and know your music and like recognize you in the street? Like, kind of how is that?
It's crazy, bro, because it's like you said, it's just anybody recognize me, like any airport, any gas station, any mall. So, I just got to move differently, move right. But it's just life, comes with it, with going up, rapping. So,
Right. What do you think? What do you think is the biggest moment in your career so far?
I don't think there is one, or I haven't reached it yet. The biggest
Hmm.
come. So,
Right. Uh, so what's something that people don't know about you that they would be like surprised that you're into or that you do?
I don't know, bro. Um, Something. I mean, shit, people should know I be watching the Harry Potter movies off my intro song.
Right.
I just all of them on, I think it was Christmas or some shit, they played all of them. I fuck with that shit, though.
Why do you think you're into Harry Potter? Like, kind of what is it about that?
I don't know, bro. That shit just a good story, I guess, bro.
Right. Right. No, and it is. Um, kind of in a short time, you've gotten a lot of love from, artists who've been around, Yachty, Jack, et cetera, et cetera. What's like the best advice you've gotten from another artist?
Um, just, everybody tell me to keep being myself, don't change, and keep going, because they fuck with who I am and what I'm doing, so that's why I never change. That's the best advice most people have gave me, though.
Right. And then also kind of like working off of that too. Michigan Boy Boat, you got one of the best verses on there. Um,
I had the best verse on there.
you did right. Okay, I want to. I was trying to be diplomatic. But that's exactly how I feel. I was trying to be political, but I absolutely feel like it's the best verse on there. So kind of like the whole idea behind Michigan Boy Boat and Yachty reaching out to y'all and get so many Michigan rappers in one place. Um, how did it come together where you were on it? And like, what did you think of like the idea in general of him showing so much love to Michigan?
Man, that shit's so cool, bro, because I don't feel like nobody else was going to do it, bro. And I feel like it gave us, like, a boost. Like, it put us there. Like, we was
Right,
there, but that really put us there. And then
right,
what came about was he had touched down in Detroit, and he had texted me, like, I got one song I got to do left on this album, bro, and it's with you, so you got to pull up to the studio tonight. So, pulled up on him. Everybody was up there. Veza,
mm-hmm.
Ria, Free Ria.
Right, for real. Yeah, and look, and you spazzed, and it happened on short notice. It just means you was ready for the moment. Um, what are things that you want to do like outside of music?
Shit. Start businesses. Probably open up a couple stores.
Right. Um, you were talking about earlier when I asked about you know what was the biggest one in your career, and you were like you haven't gotten there yet, or you kind of haven't seen it, right? Where do you want to like see your career go? Like where do you want to like how far do you want to take this?
Shit, I'm trying to get some awards, plaques. go down as the GOAT. So, I'm gonna keep going with this shit.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
no
Nah,
limit,
that's major.
no limit. So,
Kind of, how do you think that you? Because I know, we talked about how you were like really unique and kind of stuck out from the crowd and stuff like that, and also talked about how big Michigan rap was getting at the time. But you still found a way to, you know, stick out in the crowd and stuff like that. You think it's like the work ethic and the style? Like, kind of, what do you think it was? You think it was like your mindset?
everything, bro. My mindset, the work ethic, definitely the uniqueness. My style.
Mm-hmm.
Rap my ass off, bro. At the end of the day, so.
Right. Right. Um, is there anybody? Is there anybody that you want to work with that you kind of haven't yet, or is there anybody from even is there anybody from like Michigan that you kind of want to shout out or prop up or show love to right now?
Yeah, shout out to the hip hop lab. Shout out Shitty Boys. Shout out gang. But working with, who do I want to work with?
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to get some shit in with the boy. We just knocked that out. So I got some shit with the boy. I'm trying to do something with Larry June for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
Oh
dog.
wow, yeah,
Yeah,
that would be hard.
my dog though. Chief Keef. That shit'd be crazy.
Right, right. No, yeah, I think that really would be crazy too. And I think by now, like, he should definitely be aware of what you got going on too, especially because you coming up so much like through the internet and stuff like that. I think he tends to be aware of acts like that are doing stuff like online or kind of making their presence felt. So that would be cool. Okay, I'm getting a million comments that keep saying, tour, tell us about the tour. So are you are you going on tour? Are you planning one? What's up?
Yeah, it's one on the way. I don't know when, but it's definitely in the works.
Okay. All right. See.
Y'all gonna see me in y'all town soon. Y'all city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. All right. That should work. All right. Because they were killing me. They were not letting me move on without that.
Yeah, we got
Um,
that.
For sure. Okay, so just to wrap it up, is there anything that you want to talk about that I didn't bring up? Anything you want to cover? Like it could be whatever you want. Anything you want to throw out there?
No, just if you're not aware, tap in. And if you are aware, keep showing love. You know.
Right.
No, that's it for real. 20
Nah.
gonna be a hell of a year for BabyTron and the Shitty Boys. Y'all gonna see.
Right. Absolutely. And it's starting soon. February is right there.
Yeah, definitely. They gonna be talking here again.
Right. Absolutely. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate the time. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate you for doing this.
Yeah, appreciate you, bro. It's all love.
Absolutely. All right,
Yeah.
y'all. Thanks, everybody.